Jordez Video Game Reviews.
Oh no, not again. Hold on tight, Katie.
Dead Rising is back, bigger, bolder and brasher than ever. The setup is the same as the first game. There has been a zombie outbreak and it's up to you to find out what's happened, to save some survivors, and more importantly, to kill some zombies. Finding out what's happened is the least interesting of the three things to do. The story is progressed by completing case missions. These missions are usually pretty interesting to complete, but the story that goes with them manages both to be ridiculous and yet bland at the same time. After half the cutscenes, it became difficult not to press the skip button every time one came on screen. An easy way to skip them all at once is to fail one of the case missions, which will then mean that you cannot attempt any subsequent ones. It's extremely easy to fail missions in Dead Rising 2 as well. The game is played over 72 in-game hours, with each in-game hour taking roughly 5 minutes. All the case missions, side missions and events are all time activated, and there is only a brief window in which to complete them. To get everything done, you need to manage your time efficiently. If you are even a second late, then you'll fail the mission, which can lead to some frantic situations and some difficult decisions. Do you run back to your daughter to give her some life-saving Zombrex, or do you save a group of 3 strangers? The AI of the survivors is a lot better than the last time around, and they can soak up damage better than even yourself, making them invaluable to have on your team. Most of the missions revolve around finding survivors and escorting them back to the safe house. There are also psychopath missions, in which you have to take down a boss, who is usually ridiculously difficult. These missions are a highlight due to the design of the bosses, which are usually delightfully absurd. You'll have a hard time forgetting a chainsaw wielding groom or a flamethrower toting mascot. Having a group of survivors with weapons can help you take down these bosses. You can have up to 8 survivors with you at a time, and if you give them each a weapon, you can really put a dent in the number of zombies in the area. Well, maybe not too large a dent, as the number of zombies is huge. There can be up to 3,000 on a screen at a time. You can tell the game has relocated from the lowly mall of Willamette to the opulent city of sin itself, Fortune City. Along with the new city is the new main man, Chuck Green. Unlike the protagonist of the first game, Chuck isn't a reporter, so gone is the ability to take photos of the zombie carnage, and in comes Chuck's special ability as an ex-motocross rider, taping weapons together with duct tape. I'm not exactly sure how that's a vital skill in motocross either, but it's pretty cool, so I'll ignore the details. So in addition to the hundreds of weapons that are already laying about, you can now create your own. The range of weapons on show creates a lot of depth to what is essentially just zombie killing. 1 second you may be expertly pulling off headshots, the next you may decide to play a leisurely game of golf with the zombies, and the next you are furiously pedaling your tricycle away in an attempt to escape them. Most of the fun in the game is created by absurd situations like this. The story might not be up to much and the missions are often repeated fetch quests, but what can you say is more fun than mowing down hordes of zombies with a wheelchair? Oh, electrifying that wheelchair and dressing up like a woman whilst doing it. Trophy hunters beware. Dead Rising 2 is the pure definition of grind. The majority of the trophies are for collecting stuff. A special note has to go for the craziest trophy I've ever seen. Zombie Genocide Master, which requires you to kill 72,000 zombies. You either have to have a hell of a lot of patience to get the platinum, or you really need to hate zombies. Thanks for watching. You can check out the full written review at www.jordez.co.uk.